In 2013, my first full-time salary position was $25,000 with a master's degree. Imagine the low blow I felt when I had an amazing interview. They offered me the position within 24 hours, elaborating on how much of an impact I'd make on their department, then offered me that. I made more than that with my bachelor's degree. As a recent graduate, even though I was in other application pools, I accepted the offer and relocated. I wasn't sure if I was going to receive another offer or how long it would take. Pay inequality is a real problem. It may not seem like much, but statistics show that people of color make $5 to $6 less per hour than our white counterparts with the same skills and education as us. How would you feel knowing that you make $45,760 a year, but your white coworker makes $56,160 for the same job? That's the difference between making $22 an hour versus $27 an hour. It took 3 years, but I finally decided my life had to change. No amount of compliments could make me feel good that I had a master's degree and I still had to ask my mom and aunt for help just to cover my bills. Even my friends started to notice how broke I was and was surprising me with random dinners. One friend had pizza delivered to me. So when the delivery guy knocked on my door, I was on the phone with her, and I was scared to open the door because I lived by myself and I wasn't expecting company. Another friend showed up to my door with Chinese food because she was in the area, but I knew in my heart that she had just drove at least 30 minutes because she drove at least 30 minutes from East Atlanta to Norcross because I was broke and I only got paid once a month. In September of 2016, I negotiated a $12,000 salary. I negotiated a $12,000 salary and guaranteed myself professional development. That night, I cried. But this time, not because my refrigerator was nearly empty, or because it was only Tuesday and I only had a quarter tank of gas to last me until Friday. I cried because I had just created a way out of living paycheck to paycheck. I had finally learned how to make a good deal. A deal is a mutually beneficial agreement between two or more parties. Keyword being mutual. So let me walk you through how I made a good deal in a minority salary negotiation. D, don't take the first offer. E, estimated cost of living in the area. A, average salary for the role. L, lowest salary you're willing to take. Negotiating can be scary, so I discussed my transferable skills with the committee to let them know how much of a good fit I'd be for that position. I emphasized my personal brand by discussing how I help individuals and my peers in other departments understand their goals as well as map out SMART goals to reach them. Understanding your personal brand is important because it sets the tone for what you bring to the company. A personal brand is different from a job title. A job title is a role in which the company wants you to fill in their organizational structure. But a personal brand is a mix between how you see yourself and how others see you. I was excited when I got the job offer, but it was only $42,000. So I asked to take some time to consider my options. $42,000 was more than what I was making, but I promised myself that I needed to make my next move my best move, and I wanted nothing less than a $10,000 increase. So I researched the job industry, and I did realize that the average salary for the role was $42,000. So I was happy that they weren't trying to lowball me, but my skills exceeded what they had on that job description, so I knew I was going to ask for more. I paid attention to the estimated cost of living in the area. It was a little bit less than $39,000, so that made me comfortable as well. And then, taking into consideration a proposed overtime bill by President Obama, I countered their initial offer of $42,000 with my offer of $47,476, and I asked to attend the annual national conference. I wanted to ask for everything I wanted at the beginning of the negotiations because I knew it was going to be hard to get back to the table after the agreements had already been made. Nervously, I waited for the human resources recruiter to get back to me with a decision. Was I scared that if I went too high, they might retract the offer? Not at all. I went from being a final candidate to the chosen candidate. So it never crossed my mind that they'd go back into that application cycle for somebody else. Was I prepared to change my counter offer to something different? No. But this was my first time negotiating, so I knew I needed to be prepared for anything. Luckily, they accepted my counter offer and we selected a start date. All of my nerves went away as I signed that offer letter and emailed it back. After years of watching Shark Tank, I finally understood the stress and pressure that the entrepreneurs were under as they made a pitch to the sharks and waited for an offer. I was familiar that the sharks never took the first offer that an entrepreneur gave, but this time I was the entrepreneur, justifying my worth, waiting for a deal. Acknowledgement is nice, but having an opportunity to have a comfortable lifestyle in addition to job satisfaction is empowering. Once you negotiate one time, your value goes up. You'll never miss an opportunity to negotiate again. So, if you ever find yourself in a position when the ball is in your court and an offer's been made, negotiate like you're Damon Johns on Shark Tank and ask, do we have a deal?